saw tonight, because I don't think either one of those women lost. Those women came out here tonight and they stole the show. They stole the promotion. Most of the tickets were sold to them. But they came out tonight. Look, Devin Haney's a great fighter. He showed it. Tremendous prospect. But in terms of the fight of the night was the fight of the promotion. And it was Serrano and Hardy. And they were fighting for something bigger than just their own pride. They were fighting also for women's boxing. They got a big platform and they delivered. And I was sitting there hoping to myself that all I said to myself going is, I want them to both walk out healthy. I want them to give the best of what they are. Like, I want them to leave it all in the ring. They did it. I'm so thrilled with both women, and I'm so proud of them. And it's a rarity in our sport where something lives up to the hype. It doesn't happen that often. It happens, thank God, and that's why the sport's so incredible. But tonight, that fight lived up to the hype. I mean, and those women delivered. They delivered not only for themselves, they delivered for women that are going to follow them. When people look back at the history of women's boxing, tonight's going to be something they're going to remember.
That's right.
If Heather is Mickey Ward or Toro Gotti, who do you think Amanda is? Who would you?
Mayweather or De La Hoya.
That's right.
I think she's. I think when you look at women's boxing, there are 4 women that stand alone right now at the moment, and it's Clarissa and Amanda and Katie Taylor and Cecilia. You're looking at there's some pound for pound women. Like women like Person, who gave Katie hell. She's right up there too. Jessica McCaskill's coming. There are women who don't have titles like Tiara Brown, Raquel Miller. They're coming, and Alicia Napoleon is coming. And there are a lot of girls out there that are coming. Saluma Urbina, they're all over the place. I mean, here's the wonderful thing. I can't even think and name all the quality women in boxing right now. When I first got into this sport 30 years ago, there were some great women, but the talent pool was so limited. Right now, there's a very deep talent pool, and you literally could make a great women's fight on every single fight card we do. You could have a championship level women's fight on every card, and I guarantee you, with good matchmaking, a great fight every single time. The women deserve better.
Thank you.
They deserve more opportunity. They deserve more chances to show what they can do. Tonight, 2 of the best fought, and what'd you get? You got pure entertainment. And I don't think there was anyone in that room that didn't love that fight. And when I'm on social media just now, I went through my messages, and what people are saying, they're saying great stuff.
Right.
Because it wasn't, okay, you knew who the winner was clear. But what you got was 2 women who gave the best of what they are, of who they are. And they both covered themselves, in my mind, with glory. I thought tonight, Amanda was great, and I thought Heather was great. I thought Amanda was, you saw Amanda Serrano, what she is and how good she is. You also saw who Heather Hardy is. And they should both be proud. And I think when, I know Heather is heartbroken right now, but I think when Heather takes a breather and she takes a couple of days and relaxes and chills, and then she looks at what people saw in her performance tonight, I think she's going to be really, really proud. I also think she's going to do better. I mean, I don't think her career is over. I think tonight, in a lot of ways, was the best Heather has ever fought, and I think that she's going to get another opportunity to make a good payday, maybe another career high payday, because she earned it. And Amanda and Katie Taylor is a super fight. I mean, it's like, forget about male, female, whatever. It's 2 of the best fighters in the world fighting each other. And when they fight, that's one of the biggest fights. Maybe when it happens, will be the biggest fight that's happened in women's boxing.
Hey Luke, seeing the first round, it seemed like Heather was in a lot of trouble. And granted, the fact that there was an extra minute.
I gotta admit, my heart was in my mouth. Yeah.
Seeing the fact that the debate on 2-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds.
I'm tired of fucking debating about 2 or 3 minutes. Shut the fuck up with people with their 3-minute round bullshit. Because the only people who keep talking about 3-minute rounds aren't going to accept it like women's boxing. If there were 5 fucking minute rounds, or 12 fucking round fights, or 15 round fights, if anything, if you really want to look at the world today, people want quicker fights. They want more action. They don't want length. Look at MMA and its success, and part of it is because of the immediate gratification. And by the way, women can't get fucking attention or platforms or fights on cards in quantity, and making them longer is going to give women more opportunity?
Please.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
And on top of it, and one other thing, I'm going to preach on one more thing, and this is one that really bothers me. This is one that really bothers me. I'm going to ask everybody who wants to ever talk about some bullshit 2 or 3 minute round debate. I want you to Google women and head injury and Google women and concussion. And there's a reality. Women are more susceptible to head injury and concussion than men are. There's just a physiological difference, and that's a fact. And it's every major medical study that's been done shows the same thing. It's one of the reasons why in youth soccer, they're considering not having headers in girls' soccer matches, because women are far more susceptible to brain bleeds, far more susceptible to concussion, far more susceptible to a recurrence of a concussion, far more susceptible to concurrent concussion syndrome. So there's a lot of reasons just to leave it where it is. And here's the other thing. You shouldn't fucking make less money and take more risk than the men are taking in the same fight.
Woo!
Right?
Talk about
So
it.
stop with the 2 and 3 minute round bullshit. If anything, part of what made that fight was so exciting was the pace of the fight. The pace of the fight was fun. It was quick. It moved. And in 2 minutes, look, the average men's 3 minute round, it's very rare you see, if you see a round where both fighters are going at it for 3 consecutive minutes, usually you see a shit round in the next round.
That's true.
And most of the time, you see a 3 minute round. How many times you see a 3 minute round where one or both of the fighters takes a minute off? So I don't want, the debate, particularly, I made a point of doing this too. I try to see, look, it's a legitimate point, and there's some purists, and I get, like, they're not being haters. I don't think everyone that makes the point about 2 or 3 minute rounds is an idiot. But I do see a lot of the haters, the people that are never going to accept women's boxing, going, women's boxing shit, and you fight 2 minute rounds. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you.
As far as Amanda and her next possible options, because I think realistically, it's kind of safe to assume that the Katie Taylor fight might not happen immediately after the next.
Well, we have a fight. We have a deal that the fight's supposed to happen within 6 months.
Okay.
But that being said, I saw Katie's talking about moving up and fighting at 140. Amanda's not going to fight Katie at 140. Amanda's fought at 140, but let's face reality, she's not a big girl. You saw tonight. Who was the bigger girl in the ring tonight? Heather was the bigger girl in the ring
Right.
tonight. So Amanda's going to fight Katie at a weight class where it's really a pound for pound fight, and that's 135. So do I know for certain Amanda will fight Katie next? I don't know that. Amanda waited a long time for this fight. She's been over about 6 to 8 months, and she needs to fight more often than that. So, we're going to see what happens, and if the Katie fight is there and Katie's ready for it, we're ready for it. And if it's not, we're going to fight the biggest fight available to Amanda. Look, Amanda's shown it already. She'll move weight classes, she'll do whatever. And let me tell you, do you think there's anybody that doesn't want to see Heather Hardy fight again? Everybody wants to see Heather Hardy fight again. And I think Heather, I think there's a decent chance Amanda will not stay at 26. And, for all we know, Heather could fight for a featherweight title again in her next fight.
Lou, talk about Heather Hardy. After the first 2 rounds, she seemed to settle in, lock in a little bit.
Here's an amazing thing. I don't think I've ever seen Heather make adjustments in a fight. And it was very clear that she was a better fighter in the 4th and 5th round than she was in the first 2. It was very impressive. I thought, look, there was another thing too. And she's already spoke publicly about this. So I don't think I'm stepping out of bounds by saying this. Heather, it's hard struggling for a living. Hard being a single mother. Heather hasn't had an easy ride, and Heather would would enjoy her glasses of white wine to chill and relax. And Heather has been completely sober now for months, and I don't think her physical conditioning was ever better than it was tonight. And I think that's what allowed her to survive that first round and get stronger in the fight. She was in the best physical shape of her career. And at the best she's looked, and she's 37, she's not a baby. She looked better tonight physically, and that's what allowed her to weather the storm. And I think also the corner did a great job. Whatever they were telling her in the corner, she made adjustments, and her defense was far, far superior in the middle and late in the fight than it was early in the fight. So, and look, Amanda threw a lot of punches the first 2 rounds down. The first round, I don't know how many punches. I don't know if there was punched out in that fight, but she threw a lot of punches, and she threw some major, major shots. And very few women weathered that storm. But then again, I watched Heather in a Bellator match get kicked in the head 50 times, get her nose busted all over her face, and she still didn't go down. And the doctor had to stop it in the corner. So, whatever. I don't know if the octagon has a corner exactly, but whatever, the doctor had to stop it. There's no quit in Heather Hardy. She showed that tonight. And Amanda showed tonight why people talk about her as being the best in the world.
Yes, Amanda. Yes.
Did it bother you seeing Heather in doing MMA?
Yeah, I mean, you don't bother me. It bothered me thinking to myself that she had to do it to make a living. And that's why, like, I mean, you know, I'm a little bit of a feminist because I had a strong mom, and my mom was, like, you know, highly educated. When a lot of women her age, and first generation, you know, didn't do the things she did, and I was raised to believe women could do anything. Because if I didn't believe that, my mother would have smacked me all over the fucking room. So, you know, I am pro women, you know, but what women are starting to accomplish in our sport, people have to start paying attention, you know, and look, most of the people, at least live in the arena tonight, came to see the girls fight. Let's face reality, and you know what? For them to deliver, there was a lot of pressure on them to deliver. Think about it. I mean, you know, the way it worked out too, and Heather weathering that storm. If Heather would have gotten knocked out in the first round, people would have waved their hands and they said, "Oh, whatever," and women's boxing, da. And you know what? Heather wasn't going to go down. Heather wasn't, and Amanda knew it too. Amanda's always said Heather's one of the toughest people on earth. I mean.